Hi everyone, my name is Nuria and this is my sewing journey. And for today's video, I'm going to show you how to draft your first basic top pattern. And before we start, let me add some disclaimers. Disclaimer number one, I check these videos a million times, but sometimes an error slips through and I cannot change it in the video anymore. So what I'm going to do is, if I see there's any errors, I'm going to update them in the description down below. But if you want to be sure that you're following the right measurements, you can check my website. I always fix the errors there, so that's always the right way to go, but hopefully it should be fine, okay? And then what brings me to disclaimer number two is that you should always make a prototype before using the main fabric, because I use standard measurements and all our bodies are different. So this pattern is just a base to fix it to fit your specific body. So just have that into account, okay? And the final disclaimer is that this basic top pattern goes hand in hand with the sleeve block and also with the contouring guidelines. The contouring guidelines is if you want to change your neckline, you're going to need them, and the sleeve block always will go with your top pattern if you don't want to make them sleeveless, of course. So that's everything for now. Let's look into the measurements. Let's look at the measurements we need to draft the basic top pattern. The first thing you need to know is that you should be wearing the underwear you normally wear under your top and nothing that is restrictive. So what I'm wearing right now is not the best option, but it's just to show you. And also I have here my friend to show some of the measurements that are a little bit more difficult to do with yourself. So it's a good idea if you have someone that can help you. Let's get into it. Measurement number one is nape to waist. So it's gonna go from the top of your neck on your bust to your waist. The waist normally is the thinnest part of your body and sits normally below your rib cage. Measurement number two is your bust circumference, and it's around your bust above your nipples. So just like this. The third measurement is your neck circumference, so it's around your neck, and make it loose so then it's not too tight. Then we're gonna do the shoulder length. For the shoulder length, we're going to start at the base of our neck until the shoulder bone. So we have a bone here, measure until that bone. Then we're gonna do the back width. For that, I need my mannequin. And the back width is gonna be below your armpit from one side of your back to the other side of your back. So from here to here. The next measurement is gonna be the same, but for the chest. So below your armpit from one side to the other side above your bust. The next one is going to be your waist circumference. So where you measured the nape to waist before, that's where you measure your waist, and it should be your natural waist below your rib cage and the thinnest part of your body for most people, and it's around it. The next measurement is going to be your bust separation. So you're gonna go from one nipple to the other nipple and you measure the distance. And then finally, the last measurement you need is from the nape to your bust. So from the base of your neck to where your nipple is. And those are all the measurements, so we can start drafting. Let's start drafting the basic top pattern. This pattern has some standard measurements, like for the waist darts, the necklines, ease, etc., but you'll be able to adjust them during the first prototype. Step number one is to build the structure for a top foundation. We start at the top left and mark 0. We mark from 0 down the nape to waist measurement plus 2 centimeters. That's point 1. From there to the right, we add half the bust circumference plus 5.5 centimeters, and that's point 2. Finish drawing the rectangle and we'll divide the structure halfway. The front is on the right and the back is on the left. Once the main structure is ready, let's draw the necklines. Let's start on the back. Mark from 0 down 2 centimeters. That's point 4. Then mark from 0 to the right, neck divided by 5 minus 0.2 centimeters, and that's 0.5. Close the rectangle 0, 4, and 5 and draw a diagonal line out of the rectangle that is 1.5 centimeters long. With these points, you can now draw the back neckline. So points 4, the diagonal, and 5. Now let's draw the front one. From 3 down, mark neck divided by 5 plus 0.2 centimeters, which is 0.6. And from 3 to the left, add the neck divided by 5 minus 1.6 centimeters, and that's 0.7. Again, close the rectangle 3, 6, 7 and draw a diagonal line out of the rectangle that is 2.5 centimeters long. With these points, you can now draw the back neckline. So 0.6, the diagonal, and 7. The next step is to define the main lines. From 0 down, add the nape to bust measurement minus 1 centimeter. This will be the bust line. From the bust line up, mark point 9, 3 centimeters away. This is the underarm line. The next line is marked from point 4 down and is half the distance from points 4 to 9, and this is point 10 and defines the back line. You only need this line on the left of the pattern. Then mark from 6 down half the distance from point 6 to 9 plus 2 centimeters. This is point 11 and is the start of the chest line. This line will only be used on the right side of the pattern. And finally, the line 1 to 2 is the waistline. Next step is to start drawing the armholes. Start on the back line and mark from point 10 to the right half the back measurement plus 0.75 centimeters. This is point 12. Draw a perpendicular line down to the underarm line. Draw a diagonal line from where the line crosses the underarm line that is 2.5 centimeters long. Now let's move to the chest line. From point 11, mark to the left half the chest measurement plus 2.5 centimeters. This is point number 13. Draw a perpendicular line down to the underarm line again and draw a diagonal line from where the line crosses the underarm line that is 3 centimeters long. We are ready to finish building the shoulders and the armholes. From 0, mark down 1/3 of the distance 4 to 10 plus 1.5 centimeters, and this is point 14. On the front, mark point 15, 0.5 centimeters above point 6. Now, from point 14, draw to the right the distance between points 10 to 12 plus 2.5 centimeters. This is a standard ease and it takes into account the shoulder dart. It can be corrected later. For the front, mark from point 15 to the left the distance from 11 to 13 plus 4.25 centimeters. This is also standard ease and depends on the dart. Now that we have all the lines, draw the back shoulder from 5 to 16, the back armhole, 16 to 12 to the diagonal and to the center of the structure with a curve. If you have a French curve ruler, it will be easier to draw. Then draw the front curve from the middle to the diagonal to 13 to 17, also with a curve. And finally, the front shoulder from 17 to 7. This pattern has a shoulder dart at the front and at the back. Let's draw them. Let's look at the back first. The start of the dart is measured from point 16 to the left along the shoulder and each shoulder divided by 2 plus 0.5 centimeters. To find the length, draw a perpendicular line from the shoulder until 3 centimeters above the back line. The dart is 1.5 centimeters wide. Now let's look at the front. The dart will start at the shoulder and it will get to the bust line. Mark a point that is half the bust measurement from line 2 to 3. The start of the dart is measured from 17 to the right along the shoulder and each shoulder divided by 2 plus 0.5 centimeters. The shoulder length should be the same as for the back shoulder. The rest should be the dart. And connect all the points. To finish the pattern, we'll have to lower the front waistline to account for the chest. I will be using a standard measurement, but feel free to lower it more if you have more prominent breasts. Lower point 2, 1.25 centimeters down and mark new 2. Draw a line from 1 to new 2 and measure how long it is. Now it's time to add the waist darts. To find where the darts will start, create a perpendicular line that goes from the end of the shoulder darts to the new waistline. Let's look at how big the darts should be. For it, we'll have to use the little formula on the screen. The A measurement shows us how much we have to reduce the waist, with ease included, to shape the top. Every dart will reduce the following. The back dart will reduce 33% of the measurement A, the side seam will reduce 26% of the measurement A, and the front dart will reduce from measurement A 27% to the left and 14% to the right. This means you have to multiply A by these percentages to find how big they are. So A times 0.33, A times 0.26, A times 0.27, and A times 0.14. Finally, the front and the back waist darts will go up to the bust line and the side darts will end at the underarm line. And just like that, you have the basic top completed. And just like that, you have your basic top pattern, and now you're almost ready to make any design you want. Go and do your prototype, go and check all the contouring guidelines and the sleeve block, and you're going to be ready really to create any design you've ever dreamed of. And one last thing, always remember to mark all the notches in your pattern and in your fabric. Very important. But that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.